everybody? It is the Last Raider. We are back with another video. And we are back with the He-Man drama that's been going on because it's just been getting worse with this. I mean, Kevin Smith has already lied. He's been called out on his lies. We've seen that this is now the Teela show. It's not about He-Man. Everything that you're seeing here, it's everything you're seeing on this comic book cover that's coming out, it is a full-blown lie. He-Man is not the center of this story. He-Man is a side character in his own series. And we've seen this come from Marvel multiple times, but this controversy has gone out and proven and has started to vindicate people, especially people within Comicsgate. One of them, namely Young Ripa. If y'all ain't seen Young Ripa, y'all need to go check him out. Because the dude, he's on par with a lot of the stuff that he talks about, especially in entertainment. The man's on par. I listen to him regularly. But right now, something really bad is going on. Because, and I want to start with this one, but it kind of segues over into something that was said by the producer of the He-Man show. The guy who's putting the money behind it. The guy who's making the decisions on what's going into the content. Let's go forward. Jim Tallstar from Bleeding Fool. Next week sees the publication of the first comic book issue of Masters of the Universe Revelation. This is going to be a sort of like a prequel comic that goes into the TV series that's coming out for Netflix. And something that happened in there is they've now admitted that, hey, it's not just Andrea they're race swapping. It is now King Ro that they are race swapping. He is now going to be a black dude. If you know He-Man lore, He-Man is the product, the child of the Queen, who is King Ro's wife, who I've completely forgot her name right now. It's been a long time since I've seen He-Man. But Prince Adam is the child of the Queen, who's come from Earth, and King Ro. So it's kind of, they went in there and said, oh, we're going to make the king black like they did in Dragon Prince. The difference is in Dragon Prince, they had enough forethought to say, hey, the king having a white kid, we're going to explain that off as he's adopted. With He-Man, it's just, oh yeah. We could have a fully African-looking dude, do the nasty with a white chick, and the kid come out blonde hair and blue-eyed. Yeah, that's perfectly normal. The magic of Eternia, ladies and gentlemen. Black dude wanted a white kid, so yeah, he come out white. Anyway. The response, though, from Tim Blend down here is perfect. Because this is what me, Young Ripa, Richard Myers, Ethan Van Sciver, lots of us have been saying for years. I prefer making a new, unique black characters than race swapping originally white characters. Instead of wearing your own shirt, you're getting a hand-me-down shirt from someone else. And Tim Bland is correct on this. This is what we've been saying for years. Young Ripa has said they're sloppy seconds. I've said they're hand-me-downs. Lots of us have said this has been done for years. And we have said the reason that this has been done is they cannot create new black characters. They don't see agency. Especially Young Ripa has said this. The people that are in control of the IPs do not see black characters as their own characters. They don't view them as capable. So they have to go get Superman and make him black. They got to get Batman, make him black. Magneto, make him black. Spider-Man, make him black. This is the same thing when it comes to sex swapping characters. We've got a character that people like. Let's take this male character and let's just take all the title from him and give it to a woman. Let's do Femthor. All this other nonsense. Let's do Gwen Stacy coming in there. Doing as Ghost Spider makes little to no sense. Okay, you're doing this because you're diluting the character itself. To give you, there are plenty of examples. The best examples probably is the the ginger side that's been going on in Hollywood, where they'll take popular redheaded characters and they race swap them to black. It's a phenomenon within Hollywood. They hate Irish people, people who are redheaded and white, so much they have to change them from being, redhead and white to being black. Iris West has been done this way. Wally West has been done this way. They're doing it with Red Sonja. In the Spider-Man movies, they did this with Mary Jane. Mary Jane was a redhead. And they've just constantly been doing this nonsense because they don't see agency in a new black character. They make a new black character. They don't believe it will work. Well, people have said that, we've been kind of racist about this or oh, we didn't know what we was thinking about. Here comes the producer, Ted Basile, the guy who is responding to, Tim down here. Ted Basile says the quiet part out loud. Tim, I hear you. And that will indeed be part of our story too. But a big hurdle when you're introducing a new character to a line of so many well-established characters is that they are bound to be outsiders and hard to accept as canon, at least for a while. Nobody gives a shit about Sir Laserlot. Yeah. It gets even worse. What have we been saying? They're hand-me-down characters. They're sloppy seconds. Yeah, here it comes. We asked ourselves early on about the need for two giant white blonde dudes in the pantheon of Masters of the Universe. It's called Father and Son. I mean, really. Some people would have a fit if you took T'Challa, gave him a black wife, and suddenly they popped out a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white child. Or a red-headed, green-eyed white child. And they called him the Cracker Panther. Okay? Everyone else would be up in arms. They'd say this was impossible. Promise you that would be the thing. They would say, no, this is stupid. It's impossible. You cannot have T'Challa's son be a stark white guy. That doesn't make biological sense. They would say this immediately. But when it's the other way around, oh no one has a problem with it. Continuing on. And honestly, it makes both characters less special in their iconography. Or iconography. Well, no it doesn't, because this is father and son. You are going to share the look of your dad to some extent. I've got my dad's blue eyes, for fuck's sake. I mean, I look a lot like my dad. My sister looks a lot like my mom. That is the way the genetics work. Okay? You're a mix of your parents. This is biology. This is not something that is not some pseudoscience. It has been there have been multitudes of experiments that have been done, multitudes of studies that back this science up. It is not something that is made up in someone's head. But these people, they think race is interswapping, and then some influencer and then when they say, oh, we can swap the race of characters all the time. The moment some white dude goes out there and gets plastic surgery to look Korean, and then claims he's transracial and Korean, all of these people suddenly lose their fucking minds. Okay? I should make that a meme with the Joker. That would be a good one. I'm going to put that on Twitter later. Anyway, continuing on. I wish I could take credit for being the one with the idea to make Grayskull black. Yeah, that's all this is. It's just virtue signaling. That's it. Because now, in the history of all the champions of Grayskull, a black man has a role of prominence, and that's what it is. They don't believe that they can make a character that's black that could have a role of prominence. They did this because there was already an established white character, and they're going to give you a hand-me-down because they don't believe black people can carry their own weight. This is what happens when you have CRT preached in your schools and you buy into it. Because CRT says black people, anyone who is not white, is incapable of saving themselves. And so they must bow down to a white man and beg him to throw his money, his time, and his effort to save them. Instead of understanding that the way the country works is that everyone has an opportunity. And if you don't take those opportunities when you get them, you don't go very far in life. Anyway, continuing. As opposed to just being the guy with the clamp who's King Randor's bodyguard. Well, here's the thing. Let me put this right there. Okay? This is the actions of a stupid person. Okay? A fool. To take a character and race swap them, because you want representation. A true writer looks at this situation and says, Clamp Champ, I would like to make more of this guy. Who is he? What are his motivations? What is standing in the way of his motivations? And how could I fit him into the story? A true writer could take Champ Clamp, or Clamp Champ, and actually make a good character out of him. They could make a kick-ass dude out of this guy. You could do a character redesign. You could turn him into a guy who is basically the right hand. I mean, he'll be that dude, that best friend that works with King Randor. The guy that in battle, you could show backstories of King Randor. Find out and have Clamp Champ cover his ass a few times. Have him stand like on a bridge or something, defending it like a badass the whole time, while King Randor goes over there and fights Skeletor one-on-one, and he holds back the Horde so that King Randor can kick Skeletor's ass for a little bit, uninterrupted by Skeletor's minions. Have him hold the army while he beats the crap out of him. You could do this stuff. They're just too lazy. They don't think like this. They don't think. These are people who don't study history, that don't read about heroes back in the day. Do you want to know one of the best Viking myths? Or actually not myths. One of the most famous Vikings in history is an unnamed Viking. He is almost on the same level as kings. Because they're at one battle, he literally holds an entire army single-handedly. No one knows who he was. But he lives in immortality because it took incredible actions, superhuman actions, thousands of men to finally take this one Viking down so that they could continue across the bridge. And yes, he died at that bridge. But that man did something with superhuman capability. You could do this with Clamp Champ. You could have King Randor look at Prince Adam and say, yes, this here is Clamp Champ. He is one of my most esteemed bodyguards. I trust him with my life. And then later on you find out, yes, Clamp Champ held the entire army at one time. While King Randor was fighting Skeletor one-on-one, Clamp Champ jumped onto a bridge and held the line. And held it long enough for King Randor to defeat Skeletor. And he's recognized for this as a man, one of 1,000 as Clamp Champ. You could do this nonsense, but they refuse. Because they don't look at it, you've got a unique black character? Well, we don't believe he has any agency. That's not going to be available. No, they don't believe that white audiences will find esteem or prestige in a black character that's unique unless they sit there and make it a white character first. They've got to bait white. They think they have to bait white people to liking black characters. Oh, well, we're going to turn him. We've turned a white character black. Now y'all still have to like him because you're fans. They think fans are crack addicts. I've said this before. They think that fans of stuff are crack addicts. That they're going to keep. If they could put antifreeze in it and you'd still snort it, is what they think. We could put rat poison inside of it, and they'd still snort our Coke. That's what they think. They don't believe that the customer will take their money and go somewhere else. Even though they've been shown hundreds of times with multiple flops that the customer will pick up their money and go. They'll leave. They'll say, this isn't worth my time or money. I'm done. And none of these idiots even think that. But now we have proof that they think this way. And let me tell you, if you got one person who'll come out here and say this out loud, there's almost 100 other people that are thinking it quietly. Anyway, folks, I'm The Last Raider. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay frosty. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye now.